Welcome back, it's Stu42 here once again with another Minecraft video. Today I thought I would show you my automatic processing of ores and, well, mainly just the ores actually that come in from when I'm either mining manually or mining with my quarry. So let me just eat. Okay, so last couple of videos, we'll just shoot upstairs for a second. The last couple of videos we've sort of gone over getting the dyes via the saplings in Steve's carts, and then we looked at a bit of Tinker's Construct to get the glass. But the other main material that I have here is this construction foam. I'm quite liking it. It seems to be pretty easy to shape. You do need to have scaffold or something underneath it to support it when you're spraying it out there. And you can color it any color you like. And also, as far as I can tell, mobs don't seem to spawn on it either. So there's quite a few pluses for this if you want things to look a bit nicer and not have to worry about mobs spawning where you've built. So one of the ingredients in that is stone dust. Now you can get stone dust a couple of ways. One of the ways is through these things. Now these are thermal centrifuges. So I've got two of them set up here. This one was just finished processing, so the heat's just building back up. I know on the net they say, like when I first looked into these things, a couple of the videos I watched said, you know, it takes ages for them to power up and stuff. But what I've found is that if I throw a red net cable and a lever here and leave it turned on, these things are much like the induction furnaces. They will just stay at maximum heat. Well, let's stay at 5,000 heat. For example, if I put a cobblestone in there, see, it only requires 100 heat, so they'll actually cool down to 100 to change this cobblestone into stone dust, which is what we want. Now, the other way of getting stone dust is with the macerators in the ore washing plant. So, for me, I use export buses on the top, so iron, lead, uranium, and I have tin, gold, and silver going to this one. Import buses on the back. Both of these have 4 overclockers and a transformer upgrade, as I have them plugged straight into an MFE. I tend to use 1 MFE per bank of machines, although this one here I'll only ever run these 2 machines on, because even with only 2 overclocker upgrades, these things suck. As you can see, they're 123 EU per tick. While the MFE can handle it, my power generation can't handle recharging the MFE. So if I quarry out, say, a whole chunk, this thing will be empty by the end of it. Now, you might notice there are 2 metals absent from this list. The observant of you will probably realize that ferrous ore and copper ore are not accounted for. Now, the reason is I actually feed those into pulverizers from thermal expansion. So, export buses on the back, and then I like the aesthetic of having the interface. I think I've said before, I like having everything sort of covered up, so I've taken these covers off at the moment so you can see what's going on, but I'll put the covers back on there eventually. And then the reason I have copper and ferrous going this way is, with ferrous in a pulverizer you get a chance for shiny dust, and copper you get a chance for gold dust. Now both shiny and gold, shiny especially, you don't have much of, not in this pack that I've found so far, and gold I always seem to be short of, whereas copper on the other hand, I have heaps of copper. Previous versions of Feed the Beast, you have been short on copper. This one you seem to be short on iron and tin mostly, so I feed those in those directions. After they go, and that's just the normal path, that just gets to the normal dust and then into my redstone furnaces. Before the other ores going via the industrial craft route, which you really need to do for the uranium. This is the only way of refining uranium in a way that you can use for nuclear. You will get crushed out of that, and that brings us on to the ore washing plant. Now they require water to be piped in. I've got an aqueous accumulator down there sitting in some water. Export buses, again, crushed tin, crushed gold, crushed silver, and over here the iron, lead, and uranium. These ore washing plants will produce a couple of pure and maybe some tiny piles, and also some stone dust out of each wash. The stone dust, as I said before, you really need for the construction foam. Now once that's through there, that's where these things come into play, and this is where you put in your pure iron ore and everything else: gold, silver, tin, lead and uranium. Now the reason I've balanced these ones this way is these machines take a bit longer to run than these ones. Like having an even balance, 3 going to this one and 3 going to this one, they both seem to finish about the same time. With these ones here, I found that you get so much more iron when you're mining than anything else, that even just having iron go to here and everything else go to here, that's a good enough rule to sort of balance them out, so they're both running evenly, and you don't end up with a massive backlog of any particular material. Once they're through there, you will get the dust out of there, and I feed all of my dust into these redstone furnaces from thermal expansion. And the main reason I do that is just for power balance. The way my base has worked out is that I've ended up with quite a lot of industrial craft machines and not that many thermal expansion machines. So to sort of balance my power usage, I just use these as well. And you see on the back here, oh, that one's waiting for new stuff. So here, pulverized iron dust, lead dust, what have we got? Silver dust. So there's 2 different sorts. Unfortunately, you've got the gold dust from industrial craft that comes out of the thermal centrifuge, and then there's pulverized gold that comes out of the pulverizer, and that is the added bonus chance that we get from pulverizing the copper. And that's pretty much it. These things are set up the same way with an interface in between that they share. I haven't bothered covering these up yet. I'm still refining things a little bit down here. But I think that's pretty much it for this. I just sort of wanted to show that quickly, because you will need the stone dust if you're going to be using construction foam, and you will need to put uranium through this whole path in order to get the materials that you need out. You need, if we search for, you'll need these, the tiny pile of uranium-235, you'll need those, and the bigger uranium-238 to make, I think I've got it in here, yeah, I've made one already, the enriched uranium nuclear fuel, which will go into the rods, which I haven't made the machines that will create the fuel rods yet. So that's pretty much it for this time. I will next time I'll probably go over these machines here, which are all to do with making the what is it, construction foam in the first place. There's because it's a liquid now. Construction foam is a liquid, no more pellets. Alright, so that's it from me this time. Until next time, see you later.